a few hours before work, so we're just going to spend today just kind of clearing out side quests and working on Gladiator a bit. Maybe getting at the Paladin today? I don't know. We'll have to see. Where are you at? No. Ironwell. Shit. Well, that sucked. So it would help if I actually had the best equipment on, huh? Where would be the best place to put you? Oh, you're not moving. Fuck, okay. Whatever. exactly why I don't like them pulling the winch before I'm actually ready. Okay, we got through it just fine, but still, that's a bit annoying. Nice. Alright, so that gave us, what, 3 levels? Yeah. Yeah, about 3. Let's go and head over to Little Alamigo real quick. Something I gotta do down there. What next? I need an iron tortoise. Okay, so this one's good. Just keep tracking all of those. Oh, is this one of the ones I gotta do like this? Yeah. There you go. Oh yeah, you got a ways to go before we can get you even leveled up. That's fine. So we need to find... Let's see. What are we looking for? Oh, here we are. So that's good. We need to get... I think it's like one more box of crystals just down there, and then... what's unfortunate is like the fate is right where I need to grab something. So that kind of sucks. Use the lizardbane oil on the battle drakes found at the designated locations and obtain incinerary glands. Okay. Ah, I suppose that would help, huh? Guys, I need to find one more somewhere. So this is on this level, but I'm not seeing anything. There you are. Driver's attention, please. There we go. Then we do the oil. Wait, there's still more? Please tell me there's no more to this. Give me the crystals. There you go. Okay, good. Go to North Shroud now. Do the crafting ones real quick. Shouldn't take me too long. I want to say we did these ones pretty well. We'll grab one of these, just... annoying that I had to keep running around because I got I don't have the necessary bits for the gathering quest, which is kind of dumb, but whatever. What am I doing, by the way? About a third. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for... suits of armor. Got it. Am I stupid? Transmission component. Here we go. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. since I have about 3 of them that are in Observatorium, I'll just wait until I'll do those ones last. I have like no side quest over here? Interesting. Why did I do that? Oh, maybe because it's... Okay, I know why I did it. Probably did the same thing with Camp Blue Fog. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to Bard real quick. Maybe we should hotbar a couple of those. You know what? There you go. Let me just do that. Oh, I don't have to open up my character menu every time. So what am I looking for? I need to find... Retrieve Loop of Garlean Fiber 43. So what do I need? A Ceruleum tank component. I don't have the proper... no. Okay, well... There. And a steering mechanism component. Okay, and now we just need to do the... Yeah, it's just the two in the observatorium. Go ahead and switch over to Bart, just to be on the safe side. So what I need to say amid the flowers. True test. If I can do this one, we should be able to do any other one. So hand him over that. Go over there. Other worker in, and we need to make a decorative plating. Okay, it's close, but we can do it. Yeah, it's super close. Okay. That'd be fine, because as we do these quests, our level of crafting will go up, and that'll make it easier with time. So that's the end of the world. We just gotta be careful. Let's get the Blast Claw, and then turn all these in, and then we'll start doing what I wanted to do, which is clearing out some of the side quests in the, your little Alamigo and Camp Dry Bones. I've got a little bit of time, so I can do that. so I don't have enough for that. We're about halfway through with the Ixal, being able to be wrapped up with them. We do have a new Gladiator quest, so we'll go ahead and knock that out real quick. Might be able to get a promotion. Okay, so the next one I need to actually do a mission quest, which I'm not sure I want to do that right now. I'll do it eventually. I want to make sure all the quests are clear off my map at some point, but my alliance, I must apologize for my earlier behavior. First sword, my duty is not to foster your growth. It's not only to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to protect you from the dangers you are not yet ready to face. Did not know that Leopold had become the leader of the Alacrin. Had he chosen to bear steel at us, many more of us would not have returned alive. I need to know why he turned to the life of crime, but I've also ordered my best men to scour Thanlin for any trace of his whereabouts. Fortunately, one of them has disappeared. Strong suspicions to be taken prisoner by Alacrin, or worse. If there's any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I'd have you search for our missing comrade. His last report stated he was tracking the Alacrin near the Hammers in western Thanlin. If you go there, you may find some clue as to his fate. I've been far too reckless in recent days and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, Lion, find our missing comrade and bring him home safe. I don't even need to do that. I just need to go to Sultana Gate. It's a trap, brother. Oh, I didn't realize I even got a new ability. We need to move that over there. Fine swordsmanship, Lions. Melia, the first sword certainly knows how to pick 'em. Even after all these years, I ain't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father first brought her to the guild. We lads who cried at the sight of a naked steel. But to look at her now, she swears she was born with the blade in her hand. Like she had that much of a choice to rise to the occasion, though. What with all the trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard, he should have never... but enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Ul'dah after a short rest. You go ahead and tell Melia that I'm fine. Lions, thank the gods you're alright. I heard about the ambush to Hammers. Excellent work. You've been invaluable to the guild, and I can't thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a much-needed rest. Take some time for yourself and return here when you've recuperated. Before you go, speak with Lila Sue. I believe she has a message for you. Lion, the very gladiator goes seeking. Lean closer. For I would not have the others hear my words. Alda sends his regards and requests you meet him at the Lich Yard in the East Daneland. Naturally, I will not divulge his information to the First Sword. As you may have gathered from previous interactions, she's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. Quite understandable, since he was clearly being groomed to become the next guildmaster before the horrible scandal. They would have made such a lovely couple. Forgive me, this is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyway, you have the word that the First Sword will not hear of any rendezvous from me. Okay, so now we gotta go meet Aldous. And where have you been? Busy drowning in some sweet young thing's eyes? Well, if that's the case, I understand completely. It's been 7 years since my late father was laid to rest here. He was a mean and stubborn, and I'll go through and through, but gods, when he danced with the sword in hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Melia's right. There's no way I could know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father in such terrible circumstances. And who might you be? Another Leovold's lackeys? Master Leovold has been most distressed since hearing of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will. I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her, Lions? No pressure about to be evaluating your performance. Why don't you fight or flight? You've gotten stronger. Good. Glad Melia has a man like you to rely upon. She's her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, an obstinate woman who lets her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now more than ever, stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. She needs you, Aldous. Haven't you listened to a word I said? She needs dependable people. In case you haven't noticed, I am anything but. I'm only here because of unfinished business. When it's settled, there'll be no reason left for me to stay. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give her peace in Thal's realm by making that bastard Leovold finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, Lions. Now go. She's probably wondering where you are. Right, now we go back to Ul'dah, turn that in. are you staring at me like that, Lions? Is something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. I'm afraid I have no news regarding Alacron movements. I will remain confident that we will find them soon. So keep your blade sharp. Honestly, probably just the gloves. Alright, so let's go back out to Camp Drybo now. I should think about picking up another quest. Or another class. Another class. Because, but I've got a little bit of time. Let's see, what do we have? 35, 35. Okay, we'll pick up those. Plague on this earth, plague by indecision. We'll go ahead and knock this out. And we should be able to knock out most of the stuff except for these 35s over here. We can get those done. Here we are. About the sprites. God bless you for that, stranger. Lululo will have their tools. I fled out of here fear for my life. I come to regret that. If you've taken a look about, there are bodies littering around, dead bodies. I decide to stay here any longer if I'm not a must. Once I see to my birds fit for travel, I'll be making for the Golden Bazaar. Okay, we got another quest up there. We'll go ahead and knock that out too. Then we'll head over to this bridge, knock those out. The quest over here. Key is for dead. I don't think I'll be able to do that one. I mean, I could easily just jump over to Bard and kind of clear it out, but I don't want to really do that. There's work to be done, Lions. You haven't let me down so far, so start now. Don't start now. A miner recently came from the Almijan's sons and wants a sample of stone from the eastern ruins. I have a mind to give him 5 slabs of cloud marble from the invisible city, but I need you to get them. Showing these to them will be a nigh guarantee a continued influx of miners to the bazaar. You gotten all the cloud marble samples I need. There you go. So this is a cloud marble I've heard so much about. God, look at the glimmer in the stone. I must admit I've never seen for myself. I've only heard tell of it. I see now why the mithril rumors have been risen. Listen to me, you bloody rock. The Golden Bazaar is counting on you. The talk of the mithril turns to be a farce. I swear by the 12, I'll drop every last pebble of you myself, grind you into powder, and sell you to the chocobo stables to slop up piss and runny shite. Sorry about that. It's just that ever since the war saw the road to Alamigo cut off, the bazaar has fallen on tough times. It's a weak point choked off from its way, and now it's little more than a point. But I'll not let it be so. I'm going to make the Golden Bazaar golden once more. From there, I'll become one of the richest men in Denelin. I'll finally be able to give Caitlin the life those mongrels stole from her. She held on to the memory of her brother for so long. She's become blind to the people who care for her. People like, oh, I don't suppose you can keep that last bit from Caitlin, could you? Do I not have... No, Legacy of Alag. That's right there. Got it. Should be no more quests over there. Go over to the bridge now. We may have been dispatched by the Order of Nathal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We've only begun to scratch the surface, yet it's already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Belladia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we spent more hours sweeping their droppings from our tombs than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird. Say 4 or so, I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. Yeah, exactly. Don't look down, Claudian. You must not. You will not. You cannot look. By the 12, my good man, you've frightened me half to death, but you must forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late, with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and prickling at me. I may as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it'd be another story. What do you say? And then, finally, I got another one over here. You. Yes, you, adventurer. I need you to fetch me 3 bottles of peril blood, and do so with haste. Where to find peril blood, you ask? Why, from Pearls, of course. Now hurry, it's a matter of life and death. So much easier with the ability of flight. That would be a pain in the ass to go up or down. Oops, I actually put it down. There we go. healing. Let me kill you already. Oh, you brought the purple blood I asked for. If so, then hand it over and quickly now. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now, how'd it go? Yes, sir. Stir twice, a dash of spittle, shake thrice more, and voila. What are you waiting for? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. The scalp cries for our sucker. Oh, and don't try to miss a spot. It tingles. I can already feel my pores opening, and in no time I'll have flowing locks of Foom Long. Can't thank you enough, friend. With the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, my bald pat is potentially fatal affliction. No, it's not working. My jaded scalp turns its nose up to pummel podation? You're that trusty adventurer, Lions. I need you to fetch something with all haste. Time is short, and the comb is a cruel mistress. Long have I feared this day would come, but I am ready. Purple tonic is dead. Long live the snubble tonic. You know where to get the snubble blood, don't you? Snubbles, you say. Wrong. You'll get snubble blood from Golden Fleece. Don't think about it. Just go to the Burning Wall and kill 5. I don't think I could do that one yet. That's 41. I'm not going to be able to do that one just yet. That sucks.
Do it now.
Luck. Oh, you've seen the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now to head down and return to my research. Worry not. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Greetings. Thank you, friend. My research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made, ancient wonders to be restored, yet I have only these 2 hands at which to work with. If only I could convince the Order of the potential significance of my work. Perhaps they'll be willing to dispatch. And I have here a report of my finding thus far. My troops gotten delivered to Kyokyoso at Thul's Respite. Free of the savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historical discovery, you can take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. You bring a report from Claudian of the High Bridge. I was welcome and surprised indeed. I was prepared to wait months before the young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the later Belladaren era and house the final resting place of Lulufudu IV himself. Historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order has imagined, but it's arranged for additional research and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. Adventurer, merchants, and travelers. Thul's Respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast... Jesus fucking Christ. Hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deter many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you'd come to our aid. The most fearsome of local faunas is the axbeak, where you defend the flock save 4 birds or so. I do believe the hulls shall be ever more approachable. My venturing friend, a traveling merchant and his family, just walked through the doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would have not come to pass had those fearsome fowl continued to run rapid outside the halls. For this, I thank you. How do you have more for me? Goddamn. Okay. I am loath to trouble you again, but you've proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent mission, a missive to be delivered to Hihibaru of the High Bridge. To be precise, a petition. The Order which would entrust Highwind Skyways to establish regular flights between High Bridge and Ulda. Such flights would greatly ease the travels of pilgrims to Thal's respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason we believe Hihibaru and his fellow merchants will lend us their support. Go now, and may the Trader watch over you through your journey. A message from my sister Kukuso. Whatever business could the Order have with a common trader like me? Well, I'll be a petition for a regular airship service between High Bridge and Ulda. I see it's so brilliant I might seem not to have thought of it myself, as it would simply go through the roof. I had my signature and delivered the Highwind Skyway straight away. Only someone could deal with those bloody Kukurin. High Bridge would have a trader's paradise. Okay, so I think that's done with this area for now. I do have a couple other quests, but I'm not able to do at the moment. What's in Central Danaland, right? Plagued by indecision. Where's that one? Well, I can't do that yet anyway, so it's all good. Let's go over to Little Amigo. Clear, you should have no difficulty. Okay, that's already done. There we go. Oh, these are like 47. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do some of these. Adventurer, I would have your ear. You perchance visited the ruins south of here. It is said they date back to the era of Beladians. As a student of history, I was delighted when the superiors sent me on their patrol. My delight soon turned to dread, however, when I discovered the terrible truth. These ruins are haunted. Yes, you heard me right. Specters of Belladia haunt the place to this day. and our limited training has hardly prepared me to face such horrors. Be so obliged as to take this holy water and shepherd the lost souls to Thal's realm. And I have a couple more quests over here that we'll grab. Adventure. I fear I have no time for pleasantries, and I would have very much in your debt if you could perform me a simple task. To wit, I need you to slay a rockskin pestle and obtain me a secretion of its poison. If you've seen one of these fearsome reptiles, as I reckon you have, you know that their scales as hard as solid stone. This acid I give you, however, will cut right through it. I haven't much, so pray use it well. So my countrymen are not quick to trust outsiders, but I have no time to entertain such foolish prejudices. It's a matter of life and death. And hear my plea, as you no doubt observe, my many poor souls in the camp suffer from afflictions most grievous. Indeed, it is to deliver them to succor that I have made the journey here from Ul'dah, and yet I fear my efforts thus far have been for naught. These residents are most distrustful of the outsiders, particularly those hailing from Ul'dah. They look upon my medicine as if it were poison. Were an adventurer such as yourself to deliver this elixir, perhaps they'd be willing to accept it. I have no one else to turn to. Would you go in my stead? And then finally, perhaps you've heard of the Corpse Brigade, a nasty band of brigands that began terrorizing this part of late, smuggling, thieving, cold-blooded murder of innocents. If you see any sign of foul play in these parts, like as not, it's the corpses are behind it. I'd like nothing more than to march into their hideout to the northeast and teach them a lesson. I know that when I'm outmatched. Not that I hesitate to trust a task to an outsider, but you seem a capable sort. Let's say you teach these scoffles a lesson. Okay, we'll give you some medicine. Medicine, you say? I'd sooner drink sandworm piss than that's old and swill. Okay, so there should be 2 more over here to help out. Can't breathe. Another phony elixir cooked up by those quacks. Be gone from my sight. What is it, outsider? Come to mock us for our suffering? Go ahead and laugh. Laugh to your heart's content. So I thank you outsiders and your medicine. I'd rather die with dignity than owe my life to Ul'dah. Yeah, well, I mean, this whole camp is like, refugees, and they're like, you know, everyone else has been treating us like shit, why should we trust you? It's, it makes sense. Luck, I see. Take heart, friend. You did what you could. Age-old wounds are not healed so easily, but I must not give up the cause. After giving the matter some thought, it struck me that perhaps it's not me that the refugees so distrust, but rather the medicine itself. The Almegans are weary of outsiders, this is true, yet I suspect it is the thought of ingesting an alchemic concoction for Ul'dah that frightens them most of all. Knave girl's wishful thinking, perhaps, but it's the only hope I have. There's a kind old refugee by the name of Alphen, that, the only one that thus far to accept my treatment. May you speak with him and ask if there's any truth to my theory. Hail there, young one. What brings you one as hardy and hail and hearty as yourself to this godforsaken place? In me years, I've seen many outsiders come and go, and none quite like that girl. Don't begrudge me countrymen their judgments, of course. God knows they've seen Ul'dah at its worst. But it's clear even to me clouded eyes that the girl means well. Can't bring myself to scorn her good intentions. But forgive me, you were asking about medicine, were you not? We Alamegans aren't much for alchemy. We got a fair share of remedies passed through the years.
Steep the fruit of a subtenor in hot water, for instance, and you get a tea that'll soothe the worst of fevers. Call an old man's hunch, but I'm feeling that even the most stubborn of me countrymen would gladly down a cup of cactus tea, even if it were the Alden's lass who did the brewing. Okay, so I gotta go... I think that's the cactars. So just gotta kill some cactars and get their fruit and make some tea.
Can't just take fruit.
Nope, gotta kill them. Nope, murder. We are committing genocide for fruit. I wouldn't have it any other way. That is the actions of a hero of light. There it is. Okay. We gotta use that, and then we use you. Oh, that is a lot of dudes. First off, we gotta kill this guy. Ugh. Come on. get our chocobo up a little bit. There we go. Remarkable. You adventurers truly are as valiant as they say. I must devote myself to my training that one day I too may be capable of such deeds. The return adventure. She brought me the poison poison. On behalf of my countrymen, you have my thanks. Forgive me for my burlesques before. Our skirmishes with the Corpse Brigade have taken a great toll of us of late. The employed poison is never more lethal, and our antidote stores are running low. I must attend to my potion brewing, and thank you, outsider. Because of you, the men and women of the Resistance live to fight another day. Thank you, outsider. Your victory is already the talk of the town. This may not mark the end of the Corpse Brigade, but at least now they know we're not afraid to fight back. I think these men and women were once my countrymen. Did they know no shame? Back in the heyday of the Alamigo, the Corpse Brigade served our nation with pride and honor. It saddens me to see what they've become. To say them down to the last if it would ensure that they misbirch our homeland's name no more. Thank you for your kindness, outsider. I'd ask you to help our suffering people once more. Most deadly strain of fever runs rampant in Little Alamigo of late, and while I succeed in isolating the cause, I'm powerless to remedy it. The fever is born from an elusive breed of wasps, you see. Only by exterminating the pest may we put an end to this epidemic. It seems the wasps are drawn to the pungent scent of rotting carrion. Douse this cactus piss over the carcasses of some unfortunate creature, and they should quickly swarm to the scene. Tradition Alamigan remedy made from this steeping the fruits of sabatender in hot water. I had no idea. I often my gratitude. 1, 2, 3 cups of cactus tea. I do hope I'm not overbrewed this. Please, friend, deliver the tea to the suffering refugees. My throat. It's you again. I told you I'd sooner drink. It's that cactus tea I smell. Stop dawdling and handing over. Can't you see I'm suffering here? Okay, let's go turn this into these guys. Gonna kill some wasps. You tell the olden wench that I have none of her foul alchemy. Cactus tea, just like my dear mom used to brew it. I don't know where you came by this, but you're a godsend. I'll go to the grave before I can gull it by olden quackery. Oh, Alphin's recipe, no doubt. I'll drink it, but if that olden girl thinks a cup of tea will heal years of suffering, she best think again. They truly drank it. Oh, how I've waited for this day. Even I'm not so foolish to think I've earned the trust of all the refugees, but on this long road to peace and understanding, even the small stuffs matter. Okay, slowly getting a lot of this done. Pretty sure I'm all done in Gridania, so after this section, it would just be La Nacia left. I looking for? The angler carcass? Thank you, friend. With the wasps gone, it's only a matter of time before the epidemic subsides. Maybe an outsider, but you have done more succor to my people in a day than many in a month. We are a humble people. I have not the means to properly express my gratitude, but if it may not mean much, know that you are always a friend in La Amiga. Okay, so that's done. 37. What do we got over here? 31. 31. 31. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do those for a bit. Okay, so do I have anything else I can do? 35, 41, 50, 50. I could do the greatest story never told, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. It's literally just I know what I can do. Until I can actually use leveling to next time, we're going to go pick up another class. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. We pugilists are specialists in hand-to-hand combat. Through vigorous training, we forge devastating weapons with our fists and feet to deploy the greatest effect in battle. There's no better place in this realm to train and are disciplined than here. If you'd like to walk the path to the pugilist, I highly recommend you add your name to the roll. What say you, friend? Yes. Decision you'll not regret, but before we proceed to the paperwork, it is essentially you know something of our guild's storied past. Sometime immemorial, men have used whatever has been at his disposal to settle disputes. Many of them at fighting with fists, such as hand-to-hand combat, existed in various forms throughout the Eorzea, each evolving independently from one another. The origins of pugilism as we know it, however, can be traced back to the staging bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles clashing together at the bloodstands. It's a chaotic interminglings of styles that rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill, and made it her life's mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when bare-handed fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took up fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested a lot of them. Words of her feet spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ulda swiftly transformed into the center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this masters among masters. Though his name was Cornelia, it is heard that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The practice here is based on all-encompassing style. This training hall is modeled after the one she once built. And there it is, the brief history of our guild. I told you this tale 1,000 times, but God, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, before we proceed with the enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know when you're ready to meet him. So you're ready to present yourself at the Guildmaster's inspection? Yes. Master Hammond is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man ruled the bloodstands, the Holy Fist, but he's recently retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. You'll find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Might as well. Past time you got your asses back here. Well, what did the dancer have to say about my proposition? You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer, there never was. I'm not doing anything indecent, I swear to the gods. What? You're here to enroll? Why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for its speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, you'll also learn to strike them together to deliver an endless fury of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Crikey. I spent all this time talking. You ought to speak more, son. Give me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? Alright, join the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Yes, you have a fighting spirit, I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny your place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, son. To help you be on your way, I'll name some of the names in your hunting log, opponents that you may hone your skills against. And so as to make a budding pugilist of you, here's my very own pair of Hora. They are tad old and rusted, but they'll serve to make you look meaner, I reckon. Now I mean to assign you your first lesson. Arm yourself with a weapon, and let me know when you're ready to begin. Okay, every bit of a pugilist, son. Now the learning can commence. For your first lesson, I want you to test your fledgling skills against the vermin of Danaland. Go out there and put those 3 mimets, 3 hornets, and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done. Oh, this goes without saying. I expect you to fight using a horror I just gave you. It counts for not if you skewer the beast with a spear or flay them with a spell, say. Alright, so let's go over... Yeah, there's not really a whole much more I can do until I get some of these other ones leveled up a bit. So might as well start working on some of the other classes. We got boot shine, guarantee. Okay, so when I get it's in Oppo form, guarantees a critical hit. Damage is increased when under the effect that raises critical hit rate and changes to rapid form. But we don't have anything else to do that right now. And then last but not least, we just need the shrews. He's gotten some decent experience today. Melee class's pugilist weapon skills are cycled between 3 unique battle forms, which dictate the flow of weapon skill combos. Many pugilist weapon skills will either change your form upon execution or require you to be in specific form to execute. These are also weapon skills which will grant bonus effects when executed within certain forms. 3 types of forms are as Raptor, Curl, and Opa Opa. By successfully changing your form from Opa Opa the Raptor to Coral, precisely in that order, you'll be able to grant an increase to attack potency as well as additional skills based on weapon skills executed. Swiftly flowing from one form to the next as the situation demands is key to becoming proficient in the arts of the monk. So this goes from changes from the Raptor, changes from the Coral. You're back. None the worse for the excursion. Youthful vigor is truly a blessed thing. If you wish to become strong, you mustn't neglect your training. Indeed, a pugilist is only good as the number of strikes he's dealt. But get out there, lions, and let the fist fly. When the time is ripe, I'll teach you something new. There's no limit to your potential of youth. Look forward to seeing you come into your own. And there we go. We already have enough for the next level. You've been training hard, lions, and I can tell by the lightness of your steps, the strength of your fists, that I reckon you're ready for the next lesson. Before we begin, some warning up is in order. For this, I've scattered some gil across Ul'dah. I want you to run around the city and pick it all up. That's my money you're laying out there, so I want you to go about it like there's an Amalja warband on your heels. In other words, I want you to sprint. But you can't go sprinting indefinitely. Your body needs to rest after each burst of speed. This sounds elementary, but I'm telling you this is to demonstrate a point. The pugilist is essential to learn to pace yourself in a fight, else you're liable to get worn out. When that happens, the fight is as good as over. You'll be sorry if you ever bet on yourself. Can't believe he's got me going around picking up loose change off the ground.
now that's done, let's go turn our loose change over to the Guildmaster, see what else. Maybe he can give us a proper lesson. It's my money lying out there, son. I think you'd hurry to pick it all up before some vulture swoops in on it. 500 gil. Crikey, that's a good week, for a week's worth of... I mean, well done, Lions. That's all wrapped up. We can see to your lesson, a trial to be precise. Take yourself to Scorpion Crossing in Western Thanaland, there you'll find 4 large stones, the trial stones they're called. I'll show each of these stones a solid boot shine combo. The impact will rouse your spirits that sleep within, which you must then defeat. If you're yourself hard-pressed, there's no shame in running away. Still learning the ropes after all. Once you've gotten that air wind back, you can hurl yourself into the fray again, but remember this. Strikes bring down opponents, but it's your footwork that keeps you standing. Off you go, Lions, and good luck. Okay, so that's just right outside the city. Okay. Don't do that. Yeah, I got some cactos here. Let's go ahead and... So you giving the arch sprites what's for? Well done, Lions. By smiting earth and stone, you forge unyielding weapons of your fists. You're a nigh endless font of vigor, Lions. Just like myself in my younger days. Must be the promising recruit you've been telling me about.
Well, of course he's promising. He's training under Hammon Holy Fist. That's our Master Hammon. Lions, I don't believe I introduced my assistant yet. This is Chuchuto. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. As introduced, I serve as Master Hammon's right hand, though there's still much more I have yet to learn. So let's strive for mastery of our art. Chuchuto joined the guild soon after I was made its master. She's my very first student, as a matter of fact. There was one other, to be sure, but let's not dwell on the past, Master. It was Lion's bright future we were discussing. Which reminds me, did you collect my guild from him? My leather's rather worn down and I need the money for repairs. Yes, Lion's future with us is bright indeed. If he keeps up his efforts, he may well become the next Holy Fist. Train hard, young one, and grow strong. When the time is ripe, I'll have another little lesson for you. Let's take the money. Okay, so one of the things I need to probably do, I mean, I could probably just level this up. What is leveling? Leveling is 16. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is we are gonna switch over here. Second Flame Lieutenant. So I have another quest over here we're gonna do. I don't know what this is, so we might as well knock it out. Sergeant Hart, your deeds of late have gone unnoticed. As fortune would have it, we received a distress call from the house Zamayel in Ishgard. Mind to assign you to the mission. Your task: travel to Zamayel Darkhold and plunge the subterranean fortress of Voidsent that lurk within. Prepare yourself. You may make your way to the central highlands of Kothras, where the Darkhold lies. Ofhili, a knight of House Zamayel, will provide you more comprehensive briefing when you arrive. I trust you'll not let us down, Sergeant. See what this is. Outside of that, how much of the... I won't have enough for another promotion. It's unfortunate. That's fine. I have no more side quests out here, so that's fine. I want to check out Camp Blue Fog before I call it a day. See if there's anything over there that I need to do. What? Who goes there? You must be the reinforcements. I beg your pardon. Recent sights have left me skittish as an untrained chocobo. House Zamayel, the name itself sends a shiver up the spine, does it not? The place has been infested with all manners of fearsome Voidsent of late. I have even heard a word of statues come to life. We Ishgardians pride ourselves on seeing to our own defenses. The threat this time seems simply too great. We'll see to these abominations, won't you? We have to enter House Zamayel. Or Zamayel Darkhold. Okay. I guess it's actually going to have me do this dungeon. Yeah, you are. Alright. We can do that real quick. Shouldn't take us too long. Actually, you know what? No, I won't do it today. I'll do that next time. For now, I think we might call it. Because it's already been about 2 hours and I could... gotta get ready for work. Actually, you know, one last thing I want to do. Let's go over to Gridania. Actually, two things. Let's go to Camp Blue Frog real quick. Let's make sure there's no more quest over there. Okay, it looks like there's a couple over here, but it's high-level stuff I'm not going to be able to do at the moment. Last thing, let's go over to Gridania. I'm not exactly excited to do this, but it is something we also have to do. Hello there, welcome to the Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? And you come to the right place. At our guild, we study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. Enticing proposition, is it not? What say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Yes. Excellent. As you doubtless are eager to dive headlong to the nearest shrubbery, but first a brief explanation of the origins of the Botanist Guild. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 100 years, to when our nation's first still in its infancy. It was around that time that the precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elements. But I suspect you're already confused, not being forestborn. Let's put it in a way that your kind would understand. The 12 doesn't belong to man, but all mighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell in the forest, and it is by their leave we receive of its bounty. Since mankind settled in the 12's wood, it's been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught of their domain. Historically, it has been a rather involved process that only a precious few could actually commune with them. Specifically, those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as healers. In order to relay the elementals' will to the botanists in a more timely manner, the new organization was formed with the healer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a healer who often guidance to our members. There is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the will of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story how the guild came to be. Shows you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and communing, perhaps you're wondering whether you're fit to join. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. We don't need to have been raised as good little forest-born boy to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. I jest. You need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, then it will be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you're ready to begin your enrollment procedures. Ready to enroll in the Botanist Guild, I take it? Sure. Music to my ears. It will be my pleasure to refer you to the guildmaster. Our guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only the witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is truly a God's given talent. For this reason, she holds the title of the first botanist. But you need not be overawed, for she's the kindest of souls. You'll find the guildmaster just outside the building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Okay, I'm actually going to do that next time. I'm going to call it there, and we'll start working on gathering stuff. And other random side quests. I should do story, but I also don't want to do story. I will eventually, as soon as I get like the rest of the stuff like completely done. I hate seeing all these, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. I gotta clear all that out first.